Greetings, video lovers. Tack Nerd 1.0 here. You have happened upon Tack Nerd on a wonderful day. We've got a new build here, and as you can probably see from the title, this is an SCT. I still think it's Second City Television. This is it, but it's really St. Croix. Tactical?
I've heard it both ways.
Anyways, here we are. This is the frame that we're starting with. It is in wolf gray. Next part of the build, this is a fairly simple slide from Brownells, from the good folks at Brownells. There we go. After that, we have this Faxon barrel, or Faxon if you prefer. So we'll review this barrel later, but that's what we're going to include. And no, I didn't pick it because of the bling. I picked it because it was a scratch and dent. Is that what they still call it? I don't know. Anyways, we have an OEM build kit right there, upper and lower. Of course, we have a ghost connector and my favorite sights of all time. These are the AmeriGlow protectors. So there it is. Now, unfortunately, YouTube doesn't want you to see any of this go together, you know, into a legal firearm. So unfortunately here on YouTube, you can't see that. So by way of stage magic, we're going to combine all these parts into one. Okay, so here we go. Ready? Just have to crush them all together. Alakablam! Oof. Boy, that really gets harder every time I do that. I got to talk to Dr. Strange. Hey, folks, so listen, it's all together. This is it. This is our SCT framed Glock 48 clone, and there she is right there. The build was fairly easy, but I have to say I did have some issues with this one, and we'll get into just what those were. But right now, I can tell you, again, we tried to go with all OEM Glock parts, everything that we could, and everything worked out generally very well. Now, this does have a cutout for an optic if I want to put one of those on there later. Did find it interesting. I hadn't seen this before where you put the rear sight on the optic cover. So if I do end up getting an optic, I have to forego my rear sight. Not sure how I feel about that, but I don't really have plans on getting an optic yet anyways. I just want to take this to the range and shoot it. So not too broken up about that. But I really like these SCT frames from St. Croix. They really feel nice in your hands. And this one really has a very, very nice beaver tail here. You can really get up high on that and not have to worry about that cutting that meaty part of your hand. So the other options, this is not, I would certainly not say this is a full rail, but this is Picatinny. So you can get a light or optic under there if you so choose. I do not currently have one. Now, as far as how it shoots, we'll test that when we get to the range, but the trigger is actually quite nice. Now, as I do when I do all of my builds, everything, as I said, is Glock OEM parts. The only thing I do change is the 3.5-inch connector. Now, I will tell you, I did have some trouble with this one, putting this in this 48. And I also had trouble with it with my Glock 43. I did get that sorted out, but for a while it just was not cycling the trigger correctly. It wasn't cycling the trigger at all. I think it had something to do with the bend. I did watch a few videos from I did watch a few videos and was able to get that bent in the correct position, and now works just fine. All right, so a little close-up of the action. Now this, again, this is a Glock OEM trigger, so not a whole lot of surprises here. Little take up, there's your wall right there, and there it is. There's your trigger. And the reset right there. And back again. Not a lot of surprises. It's a Glock trigger. But that 3.5-inch connector really helps out quite a bit. So let's get a measurement on this. Get this on the tip.
Just the tip!
and just a little over 4 pounds. Try that one more time. And again, just a little over 4 pounds. Let's try it one more time for science. And just about 4 pounds. So pretty reliable trigger, about 4 pounds each pull. Not a whole lot of surprises there. Let's talk about magazine options. What do you have? Well, we have what we should have, which is Glock OEM. That's going to give you the best option here for these. These are, of course, 10 round magazines, because that's really all they come with standard from Glock is 10 round. Now, you do have some other options for a Glock 48 or a 48 clone, which is what this is. So I did do some ordering and I found some of these things online and I'll show them to you. And again, these are 10 rounds also. These were ETS mags, and I know everyone knows ETS mags they're range mags at best. Now these are kind of a smoke color, and they are nice looking magazines. And they fit well. Comes right up, the lip comes right up to the edge here. They do look nice inside there. They got that red follower. And they do have these edges here where you can grab these out of here if you do need to manually extract. As far as how they work, we'll find out when we get there. But these do look like they have kind of a smoky color to them. One other magazine option you may have is these. These are these Shield Arms magazines. Now this is their Gen 3, which is supposed to solve a lot of issues apparently that they've had. I will tell you, I've had some issues with this. And primarily it's because it just comes out.
He took it out.
So it doesn't catch in the magazine catch. It just won't catch in here. So, I'm not sure what to do about that. I do know that they recommend that you have one of their magazine catches installed rather than an OEM magazine catch. So, maybe I'll try that. Maybe those will work. We'll get this out to the range and give it a shot. Again, it's got a really nice barrel on it. Faxon makes excellent barrels. Got a really nice crown on it. These are very thin. I think that's what draws a lot of people to the 48 platform is the thinness. I think these are thinner than a 1911, really, even. And they carry more rounds. It carries 10 rounds of 9mm. So this is a good option for people. But I really do like this. It's got a nice appeal to it. It looks very Glock-like, and I like that part. The slide makes it look very Glock-like. And the SCT frame, it's kind of modernized, but yet still not modernized. It's not rounded or kind of weird looking. It's not space age looking or anything. It doesn't have a lot going on. It's just an average looking frame. And I do like that. I like these back straps here. I like the stippling. Very nice feel to it. And it really does. The thinness of this really just does give it a really nice feel. I'll be excited to get this out to the range and see how we can do with it. All right, folks, but that's it. That is the SCT.
This is the SCTV Television Network.
48 build. We'll try this out at the range and see what we think of it. Folks, if you have any comments, questions, or requests, put them down here in the doobly-doo. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to fire off a shot at that notification bell so you can be apprised of all of our videos as they come out bright and shiny early every 9 a.m. Folks, don't forget about us. We're giving you content for that coffee in the morning. This is Tack Nerd signing out.